when my brain mets were found, I was asymptomatic and there were 3 spots and they were treated with Gamma Knife. They were tiny and my doctor said that we would treat them with this radiation, that it was very effective, that it was a treatment that was minimally invasive, and that I would possibly and hopefully be able to continue my treatment for the cancer from the neck down. And if they ever popped up again, we would find them fast because we were always checking my brain. So what happened with me was what happens with many people that have brain mets. And after you receive one treatment, you have a few scans, and then the scan looks a little different. Does it look different because you radiated that area, or does it look different because perhaps the cancer is growing again? And then you do a couple more scans over the months leading up to, maybe it is growing too much and something does need to be done. And I went through that a few times and did have 2 more radiations. So out of those 3 that I initially had, only one of them kept coming back. We treated it twice more. And at that point, it was probably going to be the last time that I could do radiation to that same spot. So the doctors started talking about possibly changing my systemic treatment, my chemotherapy. And at that point, I had done treatments that had made me very, very sick. I had heart problems. I had ended up in the hospital, cardiac ICU. I had come very close to dying from the side effects of drugs that I had taken. So at that point, I was on a drug that was actually not being too toxic to my heart, and I was handling it quite well. And it was effective against the cancer. So when they suggested possibly changing my systemic treatment, my first reaction was, no, don't take this drug away from me. This is like how this has allowed me to live my life. To some, I still have to go get infusions. I still have to go get scans. I still have side effects right after the infusion, but I'm not in the hospital in the intensive care unit. So don't take this drug away from me. And I told my doctors, like, do whatever you have to do to my brain, like cut it open if you have to, but don't take away my systemic treatment. They said, well, that is an alternative. We could open your brain and remove what's there. And if we do that, we'll actually know exactly what it is. So that's when we started exploring the idea of a craniotomy.